All right, I want you to write down a few things for me. You're going to want to go back and Google these and do some research on these. The first thing I want you to write down is my plus leads. The next thing I want you to write down is Chat GPT. And then the name of the CRM that you are using. Now, if you don't have a name to put there, it means you're not using a CRM. So then call to action, a little check mark is how when I'm taking notes, means this is an action item. Choose a CRM that you'll use and purchase it today and start loading all of your contacts into your CRM. All right, so before we get started on today's conversation, I just want to have a conversation with you as a real estate agent in a shifting market. And not only as a real estate agent in a shifting market, but as a real estate agent in an industry that is shifting. Oh my gosh, every day there's something new. I'm sure a lot of you saw the article that was posted yesterday in reference to Redfin leaving the National Association of Realtors. Interesting, right? You're going to continue to see things like that for probably the next 12 months, maybe next couple of years, because the market and the industry are absolutely in a shifting mode right now. There's a lot of disruption going on. All right, so as a real estate agent who has goals, which all of you do you have your goals written down? Can you see them? Are they right in front of you right now? You set goals at the beginning of 2023. Hopefully you did. And if you didn't, please start working on your goals for 2024. Now, you're either tracking or you're not tracking. You're tracking based on your production year to date. You are on track to hit your goals for the year. Now, your number one job every day is lead generation. Until lead generation is complete, nothing else matters. Everything else is a distraction. And you've heard from me many, many times that there's multiple ways to lead generate using three main buckets: prospecting, marketing, and repeat and referral business. I'm going to focus mostly on prospecting today. Now, what I've been speaking to you about when it comes to prospecting is reaching out, making phone calls, knocking on doors, looking for people who are motivated, finding the motivated. That's your job today. Asking people, who do you know that's thinking of selling their home in the next 6 months? Finding people who are ready, willing, and able to sell. Now, it doesn't mean that they have to be motivated to sell their home today. They're thinking about selling their home 6 months from now, a year from now, still a good lead. Today, I'm going to go in an entirely different direction. And I'm going to talk to you about how you could do this without picking up the phone. Different, right? All right, let's go to what I talked about first, My Plus Leads. If you look this up, it is a program that will send you a list of expired listings and for sale by owners on a daily basis. It's not very expensive compared to some of the other tools out there. For example, it's less money than Vulcan 7. Now, if you are using a CRM, you want to connect the two. You want to connect My Plus Leads to your CRM. So I'm using KV Core, and most of the agents that are a part of my team are also using KV Core. And because of that, we would connect My Plus Leads to KV Core so that we can choose the properties that we want to reach out to, because you're not going to want to reach out to every single one of them. We could choose the ones that we want to reach out to, and we can auto-populate those to KV Core. Now you can create an email drip campaign, for example, to communicate with them in a way other than making calls and other than knocking on doors. Now, how would I do this? Well, let me show you. I'm going to share my screen. All right, I'm going to go to Chat GPT. Now, this morning, I entered the following request to Chat GPT. Hey, Chat GPT, I need you to help me create a series of 6 emails to homeowners who had a listing expire because it was overpriced, not effectively marketed to the right buyers, or showed poorly due to ineffective staging. My name is John Dietz, owner of Dietz & Dietz Real Estate Consultants. And my proven marketing campaign and strategic pricing strategies have led to the sale of more than 100 homes in the past 12 months in an average of less than 30 days on the market at an average of 98% asking price. So ChatGPT responds back to me immediately. And by immediately, I mean it created these 6 emails in less than 60 seconds. First email, subject, your home deserves a second chance. Dear homeowner's name, I hope this email finds you well. My name is John Dietz, the owner of Dietz & Dietz Real Estate Consultants. I couldn't help but notice that your home listing recently expired. Our team specializes in helping homeowners like you who deserve better results. I'd love to chat about how our proven strategies might be a perfect fit for you. Now, the second email would go out the same week. So this is set up for 2 emails per week for 3 weeks. Second email, proven results for homes just like yours. Dear homeowner, did you know that in the last year, our team successfully sold over 100 homes at an average of less than 30 days and an average of 98% of the asking price? It's all thanks to our unique strategic pricing and targeted marketing. Let's discuss how this can work for your home too. All right, email number 3. I'm not going to read every one of them. Email number 4 and email number 5 and email number 6. All right, so I'm going to stop my screen share for just a second here. Now, remember what I was saying, that's going to be connected directly to my CRM. For me and for the agents on my team, it's KB Core. Now, I want to show you what this could look like for you. We're going to slow down at this point. All right, so let's say just on an average day, you have 5 expires that pop up in your local market. It's probably more, but let's just use 5. That's 25 a week and 1,250 in a year, if I did the math right. Maybe not, but probably close. Now, let's say that 10% of them respond back to you. In other words, got your email, would like more information. Let's use a round number and make it 1,000. That's 100. So let's start here. There's your funnel. Now you're used to this. You've seen me do this many times. And I want another marker. We have 100 potential sellers that enter our funnel. Now, as soon as they enter our funnel, they're going to be on a follow-up campaign. You could also create this via ChatGPT. Now, you could do the same thing if you wanted to send them a letter. You would just say, ChatGPT, I want your help to create a personal letter to the homeowner that had a home that didn't sell. And now you're sending them a letter. You could do the same thing if you're creating postcards, okay? Now, all you would do is in your CRM is you would go in and part of your follow-up campaign would be postcards, letter, phone calls, handwritten note, all right? Now, taking these leads that you've entered into your funnel and you're following up. You created a lead, you have 100 of them, and you're systematically following up over time. You've heard this before, in order to create emotional proximity. Here's the difference. You didn't reach out and call them until they responded to your email campaign. You didn't reach out and call them until they responded to a letter that you had sent to their home or to a postcard campaign. You don't have to do email campaigns. It could be postcard campaigns. It could be a combination of the two. You can add in whatever you want to add, and you're not picking up the phone and making a call until they reach out to you. It's just a different way of looking at things. Am I telling you to stop making calls? No. Keep doing that. But I want you to have more than one way to end up at the destination that you want to end up at. Remember, you had a goal. Are you tracking? Why not? What are the obstacles? Well, one of the obstacles that I hear over and over and over again is I don't like making calls. Okay, so today's recording, for all of you who are watching on YouTube and for everybody that's a part of our Survive to Thrive group coaching group here with me right now, is to all of you who don't like making calls. Here's another option. All right. You're entering 100 leads into your funnel. You're following up over time in order to create emotional proximity. Now, this is the moment when that seller gets serious about putting their home back on the market. It might be a week, it might be 2 weeks, it might be a couple months, it might be 6 months. You're just going to follow up until they're ready, because remember, people will never change their mind, but they will make a new decision based on new information. And the moment you've created that new information, you've given them an opportunity to make a new decision. We're at this point right here. And you've earned the right to work with them because you stayed in touch. You're the one who followed up most effectively and efficiently. And by the way, you did this not because you're better than anybody else. You did this because you used a system. That's your CRM. This doesn't work without a CRM that will allow you to customize drip campaigns for particular groups that you're working with. Now, here's something else we're going to take a bunny trail here for a moment. If you're using a CRM that comes with email campaigns, postcard campaigns, and you use the one that they provide, you're not going to get the same result. I'm telling you, don't use those. Customize your own campaigns using your own words with the help of ChatGPT, of course. Now, let's say that I'm following up with 100 people. I'm using, and this is just with expired listings, by the way, and 20% of them, 20%, it started with 1,000. 100 of them responded to me, and 20% of that 100 end up hiring me. Well, that's, where do I have room to write this? That's 20 sales. If your average commission is 10,000, that's $100,000 that you've earned without making one cold call. Different way of looking at things. Now, for those of you who have been part of Survive to Thrive for the last 3 years, you could jump in here and tell everybody else this is the first time you ever heard me talk about anything else other than prospecting, making calls, knocking on doors. This is a different way of looking at things, a different way for you to achieve your goals. If I were in production today, this is exactly what I would do. Now, I would also still pick up the phone and make calls. Guys, I don't want you to hear me say stop doing that, because I'm not. I'm giving you another way. All right. I want you to talk to me. This is short and sweet. I'm just introducing a new idea to you, and I want to hear your feedback, thoughts, questions.
Genius, John. Genius.
Thank you, Clarissa. I appreciate that. So, success leaves clues. None of this was my idea. I didn't create any of this. So I appreciate Clarissa's compliment. And all I did was follow a couple leaders in the real estate industry today that are killing it using Y+ leads, lead funnels, social media marketing. We haven't talked about YouTube. That's another day. But geofarming using YouTube, all different ways for you to end up at the same destination. You know, there's a saying that says you can't teach old dog new tricks. So 22 years in the real estate industry, I'm an old dog. 61 years old, I'm an old dog. and I'm learning new tricks. I am 100% willing to say that my way is not the only way, that there are other ways and maybe better ways. All right, talk to me. I want to hear what you thought, what you heard, what your thoughts, what your questions are.
John,
Hey,
no, go for it. Go for it, Kim.
oh no, I was going to ask, and sorry,
Yes.
I'm in Office Depot printing right now. For the My Leads, can you tell me, do they give phone numbers, email addresses? What do they give? What kind of information do they give? Do you know?
Yeah, all of the above, plus home mailing addresses.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep. Clarissa has her hand up. Nathan, I'm coming to you first. Guys, this might be a situation where you want to put up your hand because there might be a few more people who want to talk. So Nathan, you first.
Yes, thank you, John. You're talking about you being an old dog, and I feel like the foundation that you have already laid with what you've been teaching us with the new tricks, I think that it will allow us to even go at a different level with this new thing, so that's the first thing that comes up to my mind when looking at what you present to us today, because the foundation that you have taught us when we're at the kitchen table or we're talking to any seller, I think that will always be in play forever.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, thank you, Nathan. Yeah, real estate scripts will never go away. You're never going to take a real estate agent out of the equation and replace them with technology. Okay. This conversation started because I was having someone had reached out to me who's doing this and was asking me questions about how I train and coach and how they can implement that into their model. I was like, you know what? We have an opportunity here to combine what we're both doing, and both of us will be better trainers and coaches in order to help our agents that follow us achieve better results. Clarissa and then Kim.
So John, when I say genius, okay, so I've been using ChatGPT. I think it's an awesome tool. I would hate to be in a school now because the kids are gonna cheat the heck out of everything, but I've used it for my events, and I found it to be successful in increasing the attendance when I send out the invitations, when I follow up and I do the touches for the event. It didn't dawn on me. And this is where I say genius, because so busy doing everything else, I would have never come up with using this for expires.
Yeah.
I hate cold calling.
Yeah.
So why not?
Yep.
Do ChatGPT, do it in a letter, follow it up with an email, all of this. That's what I mean by genius. You created the system. You took the time and you created the system, because I would have never thought about it. Never.
Cool. Thank you, Clarissa. Kim Clark.
Thank you. I know that all those scripts and verbal communication will always be the priority. I was just wondering, where do you go to learn about ChatGPT? Because this is such a foreign concept to me.
Google. Sorry, Kim. I wish I had a more complicated answer for you, but just Google it and you're going to see a lot of information pop up on your screen.
I will say there are some folks out there, like NAR has one. There's a couple of people, if you were to Google classes on it, I'm seeing it all the time, that you would be able to join a class.
Yeah, I see them all the time. I get them to me, but there's just so many. I don't know which would be a good systematic step-by-step approach to do what I need to do or what we need to do specifically for this, what John is presenting.
So Kim, just go in your Google ChatGPT. It'll come up.
Yep.
It's a free subscription, although you can pay for a subscription. I haven't had to. And you just type it in. You got to play with it. You've got to type in what you want. Hi, this is Kim. Please give me a brief text just to say hi to so-and-so. And then it'll spit it right out. You just got to play with it. Just go get it, pull it up, and start playing with it. And whatever you're thinking, type it out.
All right,
It's
I'm going to
so
hit
simple.
stop recording here, guys. We're going to keep talking, but for everybody that's watching this on YouTube, thank you for joining us today on John Dietz. If you have any questions or want to speak with me directly at 727-686-0404. Make it a great day.